All right, so here I've just plated up 2 portions of our quinoa, one for the breakfast and one for the lunch, although you could quite easily do 4 at a time or whatever you wanted to do. So the breakfast is kind of like a take on porridge, but with quinoa instead of oats as our grain. And then the lunch is sort of a quinoa bowl, a bit like a rice bowl, that sort of thing. So both of these, the idea is that they should be really quick and simple to put together if you've already made your quinoa, okay? So if you made that in advance, it's literally just throwing a few ingredients together. So let's get started and I will plate up our breakfast. So here I've got some lovely freshly chopped strawberries. We can just put those on. Beautiful. I've also got some chopped medjool dates here for that lovely sweetness. So we're getting lovely diversity of textures and flavors in this meal. Then we don't want this breakfast to be too dry, so I think at this point a little dollop of peanut butter would be really, really lovely, and that'll work great. Of course, if you're allergic to nuts or something like that, or you have a child that's allergic to nuts, you could quite easily use a seed butter in place, like sunflower seed butter or pumpkin seed butter also work great there. And then perhaps just finish it off with a sprinkle of little nuts. I've got some pecans here, so a few little pecans. Look at that. Now, if you think that's a little bit dry, you can splash in a bit of plant-based milk. I've got some oat milk here, although I actually think I'm happy with that as it is, because you're going to be getting that juiciness from those lovely fresh strawberries and a little bit of silkiness and liquid from the peanut butter. So I think it will actually be all right just like that. So that is our wonderful quinoa breakfast. Just so quick, just throw a few things on and you've got an amazing breakfast ready to go. All right, and now we can move on to plating up our lunch dish. Now I should point out, for both of these, you could have them hot or cold. It's really up to you. If you want them hot, you just want to heat up the quinoa in the microwave for a minute or 2. You could even do it on your stovetop if you prefer, but the microwave is probably the easiest way if that's an option for you. Okay, so let's get on with our lunch bowl. So I've got my quinoa here. So I'm going to go in with a little dollop of hummus. Lovely chickpea dip. Little dollop there. It's also going to give nice creaminess and sort of liquid, I guess, to our meal. Then here I've got some pickled red cabbage. It's pickled in vinegar, so it's really, really lovely. But you could use any other kind of pickled or fermented type things, so pickled beets, or sauerkraut, or even olives, or something like that, pickled onions, anything like that that you like. But I think pickled or fermented foods, they taste great and they take no effort. You just have to get them out of the jar. And this red cabbage looks beautiful as well. That lovely, vibrant pink color. I'm going to try hard not to get it all over myself. Okay. Then get our greens in. I've got some fresh spinach here, so maybe let's just go for a nice handful of that. Now my bowl's not quite big enough for me to get all of this in. Now, that might be enough for you, and that might be fine. I'm 6'5", so I would probably need something a little bit more substantial than that. So I've just got some chickpeas here, just from a can which I've just drained and rinsed. And then you can just heat them up. I just put these in the microwave for 15-20 seconds. And so that kind of complements our hummus kind of nicely. It's another way of having chickpeas in there. So we'll just put a few of those in too. And there you go. Our lovely chickpea quinoa lunch bowl.